guys, your boy Hugo the Savage back again for another reaction video. You've seen the title of the video. It's been a minute, and I could say that for myself, it's been a minute. I mean, it ain't been that long, but it's been long enough. Been a week out of it, but you know, mental health comes first on that. So anytime you see me take a break from the channel, just know I'm taking care of myself. But I'm very interested to see this video. It's Will Smith's first video back since the infamous Chris Rock slap on stage. It's a weird thing because I can imagine it's a big thing for him. It was the biggest talking point in the world at the time. In fact, people stopped talking about the war in Russia and Ukraine, Ukraine, and started talking about this more than anything. For me, at the time, I just saw the initial clip and thought, what an idiot. But that was it for that point in time. I didn't think past that. I didn't really like how the regular public was acting past that point of just initially thinking that was stupid, what an idiot. Because that was almost for Chris Rock to be angry at, and Chris Rock's family to be angry at, and his friends and fans of him as well. But once he made his initial, not statement, but for the first time he spoke and stuff, you know, I don't know if we should. Like, people can think how they want. Actually, the world's a weird place, and the people that were speaking, people that I know personally, people that I know of in the celebrity world and stuff, I was like, how you're rich to be talking about anything what Will Smith's done. It was a little slap. It didn't look that painful or anything like that. Chris Rock's okay. He might have some emotional scars down the line because he's going to be remembered forever for being slapped by Will Smith. But Will Smith's going to be remembered forever for all the great stuff he's done and the fact that he slapped someone on stage at the Oscar at his biggest moment. So catch-22 really. But I do think it's a bit of a shambles. Everyone else still talking about it and acting like Will Smith's done something worse than this. There's Hollywood in it, and there's paedophiles and rapists there. So let's not even go there with trying to, you know what I mean? You could say that, like, you know what I mean? He's had to deal with the flack from the public and all that. I'm sure he's gonna say that he went on a journey to find himself and that Will's one of them spiritual guys. I'm not really on that path still. I'm not one of them dudes, but I do get it. I've done way worse stuff than slap someone in my life. To tell you that much. So, but gonna be interested to see what he's got to say, man. I actually wanna hear what he's got to say if he says anything about Jada or he makes it about himself. Obviously, it was about himself. He put the slap there. Jada didn't time to slap anyone, but everyone did make the assumption the fact that, you know, the whole clip with Jada and stuff like that. But let's get into it because it's a 5-minute video. But I wanted to talk, so let's go. Over the last few months, I've been doing a lot of thinking about. I told you. Personal Will, you know, like that. You asked a lot of fair questions that I wanted to take. Okay, so he's going to be answering. I wonder if it's going to be a comment section he's answering from. Oh, okay, it's Golfer Will. We got back. Tiger Woods Will, you know, Tiger Will.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech?
Interesting.
I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out.
Fair enough.
So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Okay, that's fine.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and you know, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt.
Nobody would think
that moment.
Nobody would think.
So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. You know, we had a great relationship. You know, Tony Rock was my man. This is probably irreparable.
This is everything I said.
I spent the last 3 months
Here we go.
replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults.
I believe him.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, I made a choice on my own from my own experiences.
I thought I was going to avoid that question.
My history with Chris, Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on.
See, this is like, actually, I don't know if he spoke to
all my fellow nominees. This is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your
Yeah,
moment.
that's the biggest thing, ruining everyone else's moment.
I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and
big up Questlove, man. Bad boy drummer, musician.
It's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down?
Interesting.
So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma.
Big facts.
I hate
anyone who's read his book. In fact, I knew this before. He read his book from interviews in the past, but letting his dad down and his mom when he was a kid.
It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me.
It's been broken.
And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake.
That's a massive takeaway.
And I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And,
I think it's okay to think you're a piece of shit, man.
If you hang on, I
just
promise
don't
we'll
live
be
in the
able to be
moment.
friends again.
As long as you don't live in the moment and pass on from that, then you're fine. Okay, we're done. Yeah, little takeaway from it, man. I know the video's been long enough already, but I personally think I'm not one of these spiritual dons and that, but over the last 5-6 years and stuff, I've done loads of self-reflecting on my life and stuff, and I'm only 32 years old in it, so I've still got a lot of life to live, but I feel like I've lived the life of a flipping 92-year-old trauma victim, honestly. But he's right in the fact of he's really trying to make himself not feel like a piece of shit. That's what leads to mental health problems, and I can imagine for these kind of people who they have their life out in the public, which is obviously their choice. They live with the benefits of it, which is the money and fame. Then you have to live with the consequences when you do something wrong as well. But when you take yourself out of it, you have to put yourself as they are just people. Some of them are very weird people and they live in weird communities, and Hollywood's a weird place and stuff like that. But they are just people. There's literally nothing they have personally on their body or anything what's different to us. So you would take that for. I would equate what he did to slapping somebody in a birthday party of someone popular, because obviously the reason why it's blown out of proportion like it is because it was at the Oscars, which is the biggest event in Hollywood, and he won the Oscar that night. So that's where the embarrassment lives on, and it's meant to be like a prestigious award. But it just I think it shows more the fact that all the motherfuckers in that room ain't better than anyone. You know what I mean? You've just got talent in something you do, and you bring entertainment to people's lives. But people on YouTube do that. People through sports and entertainment do that. I see footballers. I'm from England. I watch football. People slap each other on the pitch all the time, and people don't continue talking about it for years going onward. So it's very weird to take what Will's done and put him separate on his own. Like he's the only one who's done something that. But wherever in sports and entertainment, and music and all these things, people in music have shot each other, or shot at each other, and had fights in clubs. I guess the thing is that Chris Rock is the victim, and he looked quite vulnerable in that space. And like I said, and like Will said at the beginning of the video, if he's reached out to Chris Rock's not ready to speak, that's fine as well. Will didn't make it too much about himself in terms of making excuses. I really think he shouldn't feel like a piece of shit till this point. You have to move on with it. You know you've done wrong, and then hopefully he'll probably be able to heal properly once he spoke to Chris Rock, innit? Because you almost take whatever the victim of whatever you've done, you take their apology, or not apology, what's the word? Their forgiveness as, okay, that's confirmation that I can breathe now and move on with my life. So I can guarantee you won't see like an advert for a movie with Will until he's spoke to Chris Rock properly. So I'm gonna leave it there. I like these videos. I'm gonna start doing a little bit more, some reflection videos and that, because I can talk for days on these kind of topics. He had the answer for the Jada question prepared, I promise. No man would say that about their wife. It's silly. And in fact, you wouldn't say that about your wife or your girlfriend, even if it was true and everyone thought it in a regular day to day. Because as a man, you just sound like a bitch that you did it because your wife made you do it. But subconsciously, you can do stuff because you feel like I'm protecting someone or doing whatever. I wasn't making excuses before when I said about Will's book, but if you read his book or you've watched interviews with him prior, listen, you can tell that him bringing it up now is not him making stuff up, because he's mentioned it before any of this happened. And to be fair, there's a few people in Hollywood that have been Mr. Squeaky Clean their whole life, damn near. Will Smith, The Rock, and he's done something now. All right, woo. If this is the worst he's gonna give us, then all right, man. You know what I mean? He ain't stealing no one's vagina, and he ain't taking no one's batty, bro. So just like, it is what it is. Rock, listen, you're my guy, so just make sure that, you know what I mean? Because The Rock seems too clean. I'm not gonna lie, that's my guy, but he seems too perfect. Remember when Kevin Hart seemed too perfect, and then, yeah, then the blackmailing and the cheating on the wife and all that business. So, yeah, that is what it is, man. But I've been your boy, Good Savage. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think in the comment section. It'd be good to chop it up in there still. Let me know if you want any more social commentary type videos. I am plugged out of this matrix when it comes to celebrities and stuff like that. I have my favourites. I have people that I'm invested in, a few movies and entertainment and stuff like that. But I'm unplugged when it comes to like taking these kind of things and letting it affect my life. They really don't affect my life at all. So I can speak from a different point of view. You know, like that. Run.